I don't know about you guys, but I feel bad watching this fight. It just doesn't feel right. Like, it feels bad, man.
The boxing world has reacted to the intense boxing fight between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson, and here are the most insane reactions. Jake Paul has positioned himself as a disruptor in boxing since his professional debut in 2020, boldly claiming that he would soon become the face of the sport. Despite his confidence, Paul couldn't ignore the undeniable reality facing him ahead of his showdown with Mike Tyson. Tyson, at 58 years old, appeared to be in phenomenal condition, and even Paul admitted to feeling a bit intimidated by the legendary fighter's impressive physique. Tyson's comeback, though shrouded in controversy, has only heightened the anticipation for this battle. Tyson himself had previously expressed the possibility of a full return to professional boxing, especially if his performance against Paul lived up to expectations. Speaking to Mail Online before the fight, Tyson remarked that he was taking things one fight at a time but wouldn't rule out the idea of a full comeback if everything went well. "Nothing is excluded after I knock out Jake," he said confidently, sending a stern warning to anyone who doubted him. When asked if he was interested in facing other big names in the sport, like Daniel Dubois, Alexander Usyk, or Tyson Fury, Tyson responded, "As I said, anything and everything is included." Tyson's training sessions also showcased a fighter who was in remarkable shape. One notable moment came when Gene Kilroy, the iconic manager of Muhammad Ali, visited Tyson during a training session. Kilroy, who had known Tyson since he was 13, left the gym visibly impressed, remarking that he had never seen Tyson in such remarkable condition. This was a testament to Tyson's dedication and focus as he prepared for what would be a highly anticipated return to the ring. Known as the baddest man on the planet, Tyson made it clear that he viewed the fight with Jake Paul as a contest between two very different types of fighters. On an episode of Countdown *, Tyson delivered a chilling statement about the difference between himself and Paul. "There's a fundamental difference between me and Jake," Tyson said. "He's a manufactured killer. Television and papers made him a killer. He's manufactured. I'm a natural-born killer. That's the difference between us, separated by a 31-year gap." Tyson's raw confidence and experience were a clear reminder that he was a fighter who had been forged in the most intense battles of the boxing world. Despite Tyson's dominance, many experts believe that Tyson still retained the upper hand in this matchup. British boxing icon Ricky Hatton shared his thoughts on the fight, praising Tyson's physical shape and his knockout power. Hatton, a former champion known for his sharp insights into the sport, emphasized that Tyson's experience and power would pose significant problems for the younger Paul. "I think if Mike hits him, he'll knock him into the middle of next week," Hatton stated. He also noted that Tyson's agility and explosiveness were still impressive, saying, "He looks fantastic for his age, very fast, very explosive." Hatton's advice to Paul was clear: avoid Tyson's early barrage. "If you're in Jake Paul's corner, you think he is 58 years old, and I'm just going to give him the first 2 rounds, jab and move. Keep out of his range, and hopefully he'll gas."
We're getting ready for you. One, two, three, four.
You'd expect him to at his age. Hatton's perspective was clear. Tyson's best chance would come early in the fight, likely looking for a knockout in the first few rounds. But if Paul could weather the storm, his chances might improve in the middle rounds. "Mike will probably put all of his eggs in one basket and start early," Hatton added. "I can see Mike by knockout if he wins, or if Jake wins, he'll win on points." Martial artist and actor Michael Jai White, who had worked closely with Tyson in the film industry, also weighed in on the fight. White issued a strong warning about Tyson's body shots, stating that no one, regardless of size or reach, could stop Tyson's powerful blows. "Big guys would hold Mike, guys with long reach that outweigh him. Mike's center of gravity. I don't think there's anything that's going to stop it," White said. He pointed to Tyson's body shots as a key factor that could dictate the fight's outcome. "Mike hits him in the body. The body doesn't move that much. I don't see how Jake survives a body attack," White added. For Jake Paul, this fight was a massive opportunity to prove himself against one of boxing's greatest ever fighters. With Tyson's experience, strength, and unbreakable mindset, Paul had to rely on his youth, tactical approach, and stamina to survive Tyson's early power. The odds were stacked against Paul, but he had prepared for this moment to show that he could hang with the best, even in the face of a legendary fighter like Tyson. For Tyson, this fight was more than just a return to the ring. It was a tribute to his enduring legacy. The footage of his intense training sessions showed glimpses of the raw intensity that made him a fearsome champion in his prime. Tyson's determination to prove he still had what it took, combined with his powerful physique and unparalleled experience, made him a formidable opponent for the younger, brash Jake Paul. As the fight neared, it became clear that this wasn't just another match. It was a battle between a fighter who had lived through it all and a rising star eager to claim his place in boxing spotlight. With both men bringing everything they had, the stage was set for a showdown that would be talked about for years to come. Clips. Mike Tyson, the former undisputed heavyweight champion, was gearing up for a historic showdown against YouTube sensation turned professional boxer Jake Paul in Arlington, Texas. The event, streamed live on Netflix, was a groundbreaking moment for boxing, bringing together an exciting lineup of 7 bouts. Among the most anticipated matchups was the rematch between Katie Taylor, the reigning undisputed super lightweight champion, and Amanda Serrano, the unified featherweight title holder. This electrifying encounter added an extra spark to an already highly anticipated card. As the fight loomed closer, industry experts, past champions, and analysts began weighing in on what many considered to be an unlikely clash. Mike Tyson, now 58, hadn't fought professionally since his exhibition bout with Roy Jones Jr. at 54, but his physique and dedication to training suggested he wasn't done yet. Some close to Tyson, like Bainster, were confident Tyson's age wouldn't be a major issue. Stuver told Bakaradonet and DAZN that if Tyson performed like he did against Roy Jones Jr., then the fight wouldn't last beyond 6 rounds. In the first half of the fight, the younger guy is going to come out to try and impose himself, but I see Mike working his body and dragging him into deep water early, Stuver predicted. Mike is a lot older, but he still has the ambition to fight and has bad intentions. He still hits the pads hard, looks great on the pads, and it's not like he's fighting somebody who isn't a live opponent. Tyson's opponent, Jake Paul, had built a career on boxing spectacle, having fought former NBA player Nate Robinson, UFC champions Tyron Woodley, and Anderson Silva. While Paul had faced a variety of opponents, many had questioned the legitimacy of these matchups. Nevertheless, his growing fan base, bolstered by MVP promotions, helped him make a name for himself in the combat sports world. Bleacher Report's Lucky Gassett gave credit to Paul for keeping fight fans entertained and stacking the odds in his favor. However, Gassett also noted that despite Paul's achievements, the Tyson-Paul matchup would be less about technical prowess and more about spectacle. It's going to be a circus, and I'm going to watch it. I'm not going to take whatever happens seriously, and neither should anyone who watches, but it should be fun. It'll get people talking, and I'm sure it will lead to another mega money fight for Paul down the line. Ahead of the fight, several legendary figures in boxing shared their predictions. Roy Jones Jr.,